Speaking of going downhill, how long before Justin Tucker gets cut?
Yo, I'm saying,
The
that's the
greatest
Hall of
kicker
Famer,
in the
man.
league, he's gonna get cut if he keeps this up, man.
Yeah. But then we just said a couple of weeks ago that these kickers, once they get it in their mind, man, it's like hard to get them back on track. They're like head cases, man. I've heard that so long. And he's just the latest, but he's also the greatest to have this head case thing
Right.
going on.
That's what I don't get. I mean, you would think it used to be he could kick 50 yarders in his sleep.
Chip shops.
Now
Yeah, chip
he's
shots.
hitting the upright on extra points.
Yeah.
Something's going on with that guy,
Something's in
man.
his
I
head.
don't know.
So,
I don't know
so he,
what it is. I mean, and then yesterday, if you watch the game, he missed one field goal to the left, and then the next one he came out and missed it to the right. Overcompensated, obviously, and that changed that game immensely.
yeah.
They could have been up 19-14, except he kept missing extra points and field goals, or one extra point. If they're up 19-14, maybe that game turns out differently. But man, I can't. I tweeted yesterday, Justin Tucker's about to get cut, and then I typed, I can't believe I just typed that.
Yeah, and
I mean,
one of the greatest of all time, and he's having these problems because just last week, John Harbaugh called him out again, called him out back then about he has to make those kicks. He never had to say anything like that when it came to Justin Tucker. Now you're
right?
talking back to back weeks. This guy acts like he don't want to play anymore. He don't want to kick at least.
Yeah, and the Ravens have been struggling. They're losing games. I mean, I'm not gonna say they should have won against the Eagles, but
But
they
being at
had
home,
they had the lead.
everything.
They got out to an early lead. Every time he misses a field goal, the wind goes out of the stadium. Everybody feels a letdown. Maybe the defense just couldn't keep up that focus that they had early in the game. But Saquon, man, that dude's a monster.
Yeah, I think right now, I think he's probably the leading MVP candidate for the NFL. I never thought I'd be saying Saquon Barkley because I had this thing against Penn State running backs for years, and even though he did it with the Giants, it was just a short period of time, and then the injuries came. And you know what? Injuries is part of the game. So even when those players with huge talent have injuries, you still hold them accountable for not doing what you thought they would do. And in this day and age, when you can see an Adrian Peterson go down with a knee injury, a catastrophic knee injury, and the following season get 2,000 yards, you're like, you know what? Technology is the reason why you should be back. All pretty much unrealistic. It depends on the person. But Saquon Barkley, I think clearly the MVP for the NFL right now. I don't know
So
who probably saw that.
so check out what I saw. He's leading the league in rushing. I think he's like 80, 75 yards more than Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And he's leading the league in second half rushing yards, which is also the third most in the league. His second half, which is 928 yards,
Yeah.
is more than the third leading rusher in the league has in four quarters in all his games.
See, that's what, and the things and the way he's built, he's a punishing runner. He rather go at you. He can move and he can cut because he has that nice little cutback ability. But the acceleration, the 70 yarders he bites off like Barry Sanders used to bite off. When you think that you probably bottled him up and then he does some little quirky thing and he gets to the outside, he's breaking a 50 yarder or a 60 yarder into the end zone. And it's almost always into the end zone. He has that explosive speed, even after these injuries he's had over all these seasons. Saquon Barkley, man, I never would have thought that. And by the way, he's Eron Barkley's cousin. Come on, the boxing guy. So, he has a little fight in him, I'm saying.
The blade.
Yeah, the Blade. Eron the Blade Barkley, that's his cousin. Because,
Okay.
Saquon was born in the Bronx. He moved out to Pennsylvania when he got all the usual thing. But
I,
anyways, yeah,
I tell you what though, we were talking about Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson possibly being MVPs a few weeks ago.
yeah.
But these games they've lost, I don't see them, up there anymore. But Josh Allen,
Josh Allen after
we
last
got
night,
we got to
especially.
keep an eye on him.
You talk about a Swiss Army knife with what he had done last night, catching balls, running balls, passing. He did everything. He played like an old
Mhm.
school two-way play back in the day, even on one side of the ball. He just did everything. But I've always liked Josh Allen. The athleticism has always been there. If you watched a little bit of him in Wyoming, because there were only a little bit of games, you could have watched some of him. outside of the highlights, you saw the kind of talent that was there, but you questioned it the same way I questioned Marshall Faulk playing at San Diego State in the WAC. Of course, you're going to get 300 yards. Everybody gets 300 yards. But then you see the talent is really there. He comes to the NFL, kind of picking up where he left off, does the same. Josh Allen is doing the same thing here.
Yeah, and if the Bills keep rolling like they are, if the Eagles keep rolling like they are, it's going to be a
Those two are going to
very
meet
close.
up.
It's going to be a very close vote.
We're looking forward to, or looking at, or expecting Kansas City to finally turn it on. I don't think it's a turn it on or turn it off football team they have. They just win, and they win whichever way they can. They want blowouts because just last week, Patrick Mahomes was saying, we need blowouts. And then you come back and just get by again. You're not getting the blowout that you want. He's going for it, and his numbers are looking better. The same numbers he put up in the past that got blowouts are now just getting them by. 5-point wins, 7-point wins. They're no longer these 15-point and 20-point wins.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's up with that defense. They didn't really lose a lot of people. So
the defense was carrying them all season until just recently.
I just think they're underperforming.
Now they are as of late, because all season it was the defense when Patrick Mahomes was throwing all these picks and had more interceptions than touchdowns for the first time in his career. The defense was the one holding him in there. Then Isaiah Pacheco's back running. You think that would help, and it has helped, but they're still not getting those blowouts. I think I'm not going to say the pressure's getting to them. I'm just saying that people are getting up and playing their best game against them. And these are still, regardless, if the Carolina Panthers, as bad as they are, can get a 2-game winning streak, other teams can win and get up for a team when they need to get up for them. And if it's the Kansas City Chiefs who are looking to get a 3-peat out of this, they'll get up for them. But yesterday,
it could be that they just play close games all year long. They get to the playoffs and they win 23-20 or 27-24. I mean, they find ways to win.
Yeah, that might just be the story. It doesn't have to be spectacular. You just have to win the game. It's like that nasty crap we saw a few years ago when the Patriots played the Rams, and how nothing happened in that game other than the coin toss, and the Patriots pulled it off. And that's what it was. A low-scoring game, nothing happened. You can't remember anything other than the Patriots winning, and that was it.